Welcome to Louise and Stephen's Market Wrap.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone, good to see you, Louise.
Hi, how are you?
Great, thank you. I mean, we seem to be always catching each other on Zoom or FaceTime these days. I can't remember when I
I
last spoke to
know
Port Macquarie.
how times have changed, hey?
I
Amazing. I can
know,
work from home here
exactly.
under my patio with my dogs beside me.
You make me jealous, actually. I'm still stuck in an office with the team every day, and you're one of the lucky ones
Yeah.
to work from home, be able to help your kids out as well. And I mean, what a way to go.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been great. It's been, I wouldn't say it's been difficult. I wouldn't say it's been easy, but it's been an experience and I think something that we'll all grow from. So it's good.
And it's something that I think we adapted to very, very quickly. I mean, we had the guidance of some of the other Wisebury offices to help us, but we went
Mm.
from a normal, everyday type office to suddenly online application forms, signing leases via digital signing, contracts and
Yeah.
agency agreements being done by digital, all
Yeah.
payments over the phone. I mean, it's a total change.
It's been a big change and an almost overnight change. And on top of that, the legislation change, which happened on the 23rd of March as well,
Exactly.
all coincided. So, I mean, yeah, it's been a big adaptation for everybody. And even the kids, kids homeschooling and everything else.
Yeah, I think it is. And obviously, occasionally we get a bit of a lag here because the internet's being so drawn out by everyone on holidays at the moment. But I think we're getting
Yeah.
used to that. And I mean, especially in Port Macquarie, I mean, you moved to work remotely from home, and Diane worked to go remotely from her home so that we had sales and property management both covered in case one of the offices went down. And then we
Yeah.
also stopped mixing with Foster as well. So if anything
Yeah.
happened Foster-wise, they could always pick up there and help Port out. So we've covered
Absolutely.
ourselves and offices, I guess, the best we can, haven't we?
Yeah, we really have. And I mean, we're lucky that, we've got a medium-sized team. I wouldn't say a large team, but a medium-sized team. So, I mean, even dropping down to a somewhat skeleton staff in the office, we've still got plenty of hands on deck to get done what needs to get done.
Yep.
I mean, you know, whilst things might be a little bit slower, people are able, like sales people are able to go and help with some, property management inspections and things just to help out as well. So
Yep,
we're
which is
adaptable.
important. And I think that's the thing. Our whole team's adapted. I mean, we have
Yeah.
recently just changed our office hours, so we're now open 9:30 to 4:30. And we've
Yep.
sort of rostered staff now on some different days and some slightly less hours. But I think we're
Yep.
still serving the needs of the public out there in the community, and we're still out there listing and selling, renting properties every day of the week. So it's all happening still.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
absolutely. And just,
but
the technology side of things, aren't we lucky that, this has happened in a time that we do have this technology?
And look,
There's
there's
still,
some things we will definitely take back, but there's some things that we'll definitely never go back to either. And I think it's
really,
been a big change for our organisation and definitely
mm,
our own offices.
yeah, absolutely. Only positives for us.
Yeah. So I do feel sorry for any of the families out there that, people have lost their jobs or they've had their hours cut down. We probably understand more than you realise. I mean, being in business in these days, even though we are open, I mean, you know, half of our business is holiday accommodation, which is now being prohibited.
Yeah.
So it's been a big
Yeah.
shock to us as well. But fortunately, we've
Mm,
managed to keep all of our staff and our teams on, and we haven't let anyone go. I know from
yeah.
the job applications coming in that not everyone in Port and Foster has been able to do that because there's a lot of people looking out for new careers, but we need to look after the
Yeah.
ones we've got and then not put new ones on at this stage. So
Yeah. And I mean, a surprising thing to come out of this, which I thought when the help was announced by the government for the tenants and, for the rent assistance, if you like, I was actually expecting to be bombarded with tenants wanting to, a rent reduction and things like that. But I mean, I think we've had two people request and only one person actually hand the form back in. So I'm surprised by that. And I think that's a good sign of that, there's a lot of people out there that are struggling and may have lost their jobs, but people are just getting on and doing what they can do, making ends meet, finding ways and adapting. And the businesses around that, have suddenly gone from allowing, only eat in to suddenly only takeaway, and managing to keep as many people employed as possible. And
Yeah.
and I think everybody's doing their part. I still go out and try and find a different coffee shop every day to buy a coffee, and and shop locally and where I can. And I'm sure a lot of people are doing that to keep our local people and economy going, if that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're saying. And look, as most people probably know, we don't live in the same town. So we've been doing the
No.
same down here. It's costing a bit extra to have takeaway frequently, but it's helping those businesses because, I mean, as I've said before, we're all going to come through this and come out the other side. It's just what we do in between that will decide whether we come out with a business or we have to come out and look for a job somewhere else. So
Absolutely.
hence why we're pushing so hard and still out there, open for business as usual is our motto. So.
And a lot of those local businesses, we can't forget in times when we've asked them to support us and get on the back of some of our competitions and, be a part of what we do. It's our time now to also help those guys when we can.
Yep, and I agree with that. I actually saw a little good thing on Facebook the other day, and it was very similar to that. And it said, the local businesses that you've asked to support your soccer club or your netball club or anything like that, now we need your support so we can stay open through this COVID-19 time. So I think it's, perfect. So well said.
Yeah.
All right, let's do a little bit of the market update. So currently in Port Macquarie, there's 404 properties for sale. There were 390 for sale in March. So it's up by 14 properties, which is not bad. I mean, that's a pretty usual sort of fluctuation for that Port Macquarie type market. So now there's 881 for sale in the greater Port Macquarie region, and there was 891 for sale in March.
Yeah.
So that one's actually come down 10. So once again, not a major change. So Foster has 172 currently, and there was 188 in March. So it's actually come down. It actually was quite a good selling month in Foster. So again, but not a major change. And in Foster and the surrounding areas, there's 487, and there was 524 in March. So once again, a little bit of a drop, but nothing too major. So
I mean, the good thing to see is that there are still people getting on with their plans. I mean, yes, we're in a coronavirus situation, but this will pass. People's plans and dreams and lives must go on.
Yep.
And the good thing is there's buyers to fit those homes at the moment, where a lot of people, I think, are under the impression that buyers aren't around, but they are.
Oh, look, and we've had quite a good month of selling. I mean, I know you guys have definitely, and even down here in sort of Western Sydney, we've had that same sort of response. So there's definitely buyers out there. I mean, this morning in one of the offices, we woke up to 5 new sales inquiries from overnight. So say there's no lookers out there. So I don't know if you've noticed it up there. We've noticed that the number of inquiries has come down, but the quality of those inquiries is a lot better.
Absolutely. I was actually saying it to one of my vendors earlier. I said, there's no doubt that we're dealing with less buyers, but I can promise you one thing, we're not dealing with any tire kickers right now. We're dealing with qualified buyers with either money in the bank or a settlement pending, ready to go. So,
and they call up and they want the property that day or the next day. You're like, how good's that for our sellers,
Yeah, absolutely.
So while we're talking about sales, in March, in Port Macquarie, there were 74 sales.
Yep.
And not our office, by the way, just to clear that up.
I'd love that to be just our office.
In total.
Unfortunately, we've had to share that with a number of offices.
In March 2019, there were 95 sales. So a little bit of a drop. Whether that is really COVID related or it's just that normal fluctuation that you see, it's probably, I guess, April's figures when we talk about them next month will tell us there. Foster had 32 sales in March this year, and in March 2019 they had 30 sales. So there was actually 2 more this year in the same month as last year. So again, it just seems
Yeah,
to be one of those things. It's, it's just a number, and I don't think we're probably a little bit too early in March settlements to be affected by coronavirus. I think we'll start to notice
yeah.
that into April and May. Those
And
things will
I guess,
start to change.
yeah. And think one of the other things that we need to remember as well is, we only seem to have just been getting over the fire catastrophe that we had at the end of last year and early into this year. And, the market was only just picking itself back up, and we were starting to see some good progress. But, it certainly had its effect on the market as well. So perhaps it was something to do with that.
And I think the other thing we'd like to do is wish everyone well out there as well. I know there is
Yeah.
a lot of people struggling, whether it's job-wise or, they've been involved with families that have, somehow been affected by the virus. I was surprised to actually see the
Yeah.
number that you told me the other day. There was, 5 people in Port Macquarie themselves who'd been affected. So,
Hi everyone again. Sorry we had a little disruption there, but I just wanted to let everybody know that we are all working still. We are working differently, but we are working, no doubt. So any of your needs or anything you need from us, listing, selling, leasing, commercial, anything that we can help out with, we're here. So give us a call. You know our numbers, our Facebook. We're available on all sources.